Now when the oxygen is react with the oxygen, nitrogen is reacting with the oxygen at the 2000 degrees Celsius to form a nitric oxide, NO, nitric oxide. And when it is react with the metals, Li means lithium, metals. So when it is reacting with the metals, what it is forming? It is forming the lithium nitride. If the N is ending, LiN, nitride it becomes. So lithium nitride. Then afterwards again, when it is reacts with the hydrogen, okay, so when it is react with the hydrogen, what it is happening at the high temperature 450 to 500 degrees Celsius and under high pressure 200 atmosphere, and in the presence of Fe means what? Iron. Okay, catalyst means it will not participate in the reaction, but it will help the reaction. For example, I help you to write the exam, but I don't write the exam, so I am the catalyst. Okay, and MO promoter. Okay, catalyst and MO promoter. Nitrogen and hydrogen react with one another to form ammonia. So nitrogen and hydrogen react with one another to form what? Ammonia. Okay, so here they have given catalyst increases the rate of reaction without taking part in it. That means it is not involving in the reaction. Here the catalyst Fe increases the rate of the reaction and the promoter MO increases the efficiency of the catalyst. This method of ammonia production is known as the Haber's process. Underline this definition, Haber's process. Haber's process means what? This method of ammonia production is known as the Haber's process. When the nitrogen reacting with the hydrogen at the high temperature 450 to 500 degrees Celsius with the help in the presence of the catalyst Fe, so it is the ammonium is prepared. So it is called as a Haber's process. Underline this. Now we see the uses of nitrogen. Proteins found in living organisms are compounds of nitrogen and some other elements. That means in the proteins nitrogen is also present. It is used in the industrial manufacture of ammonium and nitric acid. So ammonia for what we need? We need for the plants. Okay, so here ammonium is prepared with the nitrogen. Another one, it is prepared the nitric oxide. And nitric oxide, when it is react with the water, it forms a nitric acid. That means HNO3, nitric acid. Nitric acid is what is the use of nitric acid? It will to clean the silver metals and to create an inert atmosphere in packaging foods, chips and packets. Inert means don't react with the oxygen. So in the chips packets, kurkure, Lays, in everything, which gas is present? Nitrogen. Nitrogen gas will not allow, it will not react with the oxygen. That is why they fill the nitrogen gas in the packets so that chips will be fresh. If you open the packet, after some time chips will become very soft because now nitrogen gas is escaped, so it will react with the oxygen and chips will become soft. Okay, so manufacture of useful fertilizers, and they prepare the manufacture means preparing, to prepare the urea in agricultural field. Liquid nitrogen rapidly absorbs heat, therefore it is used to freeze and preserve tissue samples, blood samples, etc. So tissue samples, in our body, tissues. Cells are made up of tissues. Tissues are all tissues together, they made the organs. So those tissues to preserve, to save, to keep it safe, and blood samples to keep it safe, they use the nitrogen, liquid nitrogen, they use it. So these are the uses of the nitrogen. And now we will see about the oxygen. Okay, so oxygen is the first element of group 16 in the periodic table. In the periodic table, in the group 16, oxygen is the first one. Oxygen is most abundant element in the earth's crust. You see the difference? Nitrogen is abundant in the atmosphere. Okay, now you see, nitrogen is most abundant element in the atmosphere. See the difference. And oxygen is oxygen is most abundant element in the earth's crust. It is second only to nitrogen in abundance of the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, first one is the nitrogen and our second one is the oxygen. Nitrogen is more, after that oxygen is more. Okay, but in the earth's crust, oxygen is abundant. Okay, so the atomic number of oxygen and its electronic configuration is 26. So number is what? 8. And 2 isotopes of oxygen. Isotopes means what? That means atomic so O2 and O3 isotopes are found in nature. Most of the oxygen around us in the form of a diatomic. Now you see, hydrogen also diatomic, nitrogen also diatomic, oxygen also diatomic. Okay, it is not single, two oxygen together, diatomic molecule. Two atoms together form a molecule. Di means two. So laboratory method of oxygen preparation. To prepare the oxygen, they use what? KMnO4. KMnO4 means potassium permanganate. Here equations are not clear, follow the textbook. 2KMnO4, it is the symbol of triangle will show heating. Okay, so 2 potassium permanganate, when we are heating, oxygen gas is released, and other products also what it is forming? Potassium manganate and manganate oxide, manganese oxide. Okay, so here you can see 2 to 3 gram of potassium permanganate in a glass boiling tube and set up your apparatus as shown in the figure. Here we take the potassium permanganate, heating, and the gas is collected in this delivery tube. Okay, so this is the one. When the test tube is filled completely with the gas, then place your thumb over its mouth. Near this down, you place the thumb and keep it upside down and carefully remove it from this water test tube. How will you test whether the collected gas is oxygen? Now heat the boiling tube and collect gas formed in an upside down test tube or gas jar filled with water and kept it in a trough. Okay, how can you test that one, whether it is oxygen or not? When we bring the matchstick, it will be burning because oxygen supports the burning. So here you can see, to prepare the oxygen, they use the potassium permanganate. So to prepare the nitrogen, what they use? To prepare the nitrogen, they used the ammonium chloride and sodium nitrate. And to prepare the hydrogen gas, they used what? Any metal when it's react with the acid or base. OH presents base and HCl is the acid and hydrogen gas is released.